Hey guys, Josh Weidman here with Lazy Landlord Reboot, episode number 2. Today I want to talk to you about 3 neighborhoods that I am giving an A+ when it comes to investing. If you've been thinking about jumping into the market and buying your first investment property, or you're a seasoned investor looking for a new location to buy, I'm going to talk to you about 3 neighborhoods that are really fantastic for buy and hold. Now, right now, there's a lot of chatter in the market about where we're going next. You know, are we at the crest? Are we at the top? Are prices going to start to decline? Hey, maybe. But regardless of whether that's happening or not, these 3 neighborhoods, in my opinion, are market proof. And why do I say that? Okay, so there's different reasons to invest, or the different motivations. Some people, they want the cash flow from a property. Other people are looking for appreciation. You know, some are looking for a little bit of combination of both. If you go into rougher areas of the city, you can get great cash flow returns if you can collect the rent, right? Other areas of the city, you know, you go to Center City and you're using it as a rental property. It's a great way to park your money and protect it against inflation or, you know, depreciation, all that kind of stuff. It's a great place to protect your money, but it's not really a great place for cash flow, and you're probably not going to see crazy appreciation. Those are really stable markets. The markets I'm going to talk to you about today are really increasing in value. They've increased quite a bit over the last 2-3 years, and over the next 5 to 10, I think we're going to see double, even triple the value of their current day. And the reason for that is that the values are not so much tied to, you know, traditional market forces. You know, typically we've got the ebb and flow of an investment, whether it's the stock market or whether you're investing in real estate or anything else. You've got ups and downs in values, right? In this case, the market value is tied more towards the gentrification that's happening in the area. And so you've got neighborhoods that 5 or 10 years ago were just a mess, and slowly they're getting better and better and better. And now we're to we're to a point where we're attracting not just the artists and not just the students, but young professionals are starting to move into these neighborhoods, and they're really starting to change. And as they mature, you know, they just keep getting better and better. It's like buying Graduate Hospital 15 years ago. That's what I'm looking at this. All right. So area number 1 is Brewery Town. Brewery Town's the hottest neighborhood, or one of the hottest neighborhoods in Philly. If you've ever driven through the area, especially drove through the area 2-3 years ago, I mean, it looked like a war zone. Now you go through that same neighborhood, those same blocks. I mean, we've done projects in the last 6 months that when we started the project, we had an exit price of, let's say, $185,000. By the time we're finished and we're getting to market, those prices have gone up $50,000, $60,000. So we're projecting at, you know, $230,000, $240,000, $250,000 for that same house. It's a great place to get in, to buy, renovate, and hold on to, because guess what? As the area continues to get better, now instead of having half the block renovated and half the block shells, you've got 90% or 100% of each block that's completely renovated. They're all owner-occupied, or the majority are owner-occupied, and the values are just going to continue to climb and climb and climb. There's new construction everywhere. There's renovations everywhere. It's a really fantastic neighborhood to get in now, so that you can ride the wave of, you know, as the neighborhood matures. Second neighborhood is Gray's Ferry. This one's been on my list for a while. Gray's Ferry is just west of Point Breeze. Point Breeze, over the last 10 years, has really turned into a great neighborhood with tons of renovation. Pulled a comp on a property the other day, and within a tenth of a mile, there were 104 sales in the last 6 months. I mean, there's a lot going on in South Philly. Gray's Ferry is still a place where you can get some decent deals. You can get in, renovate, and get some decent price points on the rent. The appraisal values are strong enough that you can refinance and get most of your money out of the property. And in the long term, South Philly is just going to continue to get better and better and better. Gray's Ferry is a great place to get your foot in the door. Area number 3 is Port Richmond. I've liked Port Richmond for a long time. I like it even more now. 3 nights ago, I was driving with a friend through, well, I guess Kensington. I mean, we're coming up Kensington Avenue, going to take a look at a property in Port Richmond. And I'll tell you what, it's amazing what 6 or 8 months has done for that area. Fishtown has just been exploding and pushing out and pushing out and pushing out and absorbing the neighborhoods around it. And Port Richmond is just primed to really, go through the roof. I like Port Richmond because you can still get fantastic deals. We picked up a property in Port Richmond just the other night for $35,000. Once it's renovated, I think we're going to be in about the $200,000 mark. It's a really great investment. It's great for long-term, short-term, and everything in between. So these three areas are not your traditional rental markets. These are not areas that you're going to get huge cash flows on. However, as the older occupants or the previous occupants of the area move out and these houses are renovated, the rent rates are jumping from $650 to $1,500. And because that happens, we're bringing in a different clientele. Somebody with, typically we're talking about young professionals, people that make good income, they've got good credit scores, and at the end of the day, they pay the rent with that, little hassle. It's a much better situation than chasing people for a couple bucks every month. So it's a great place to invest now for long-term appreciation in the next 5 to 10 years. You can look at doubling, maybe tripling your money. Now we gotta see how the market kind of plays out. But at the end of the day, it's a great investment to park some money, get a little bit of cash flow each month, and then really cash out in a couple years down the line. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me for this Lazy Landlord edition. I'll see you again next week. And until then, I want to wish you the best of luck in your real estate investing. Have a great day.